get yourself a cup of coffee. Let's do some Pro Tools. Damn, that's good. It's hot as hell. All right, so this is Pro Tools 101. I'm just gonna start it from the bottom, and then we're gonna get more advanced as we go. This is for people who they just open Pro Tools for the first time. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna hit create. We're gonna save it to the desktop, and then Pro Tools will open. So first things first, take a drink of your coffee. Oh, that's just life right there. So if we hit Shift Command N, that's gonna bring up new tracks. All right, so we wanna set up a few tracks. So let's just think of this as like setting up your recording template. So I'm gonna basically show you how I set up a recording template from scratch. And we're gonna do that now. So if you hit Command right arrow key, it will change from mono to stereo. And if you hit the up and down keys, then it will change the track type. So we're gonna hit Command down arrow again for a master fader. If we hit Shift Command N one more time, get a new row. We're gonna do some auxiliary tracks. So we'll hit Command right arrow to change it to stereo, and down for the aux. Let's do 10, why not? So Shift Command N again. And here we go with the audio tracks. So typically in a recording session, let's just do 20 audio tracks, and we're just gonna make all of this make sense. Hit Command equals, it takes you to the mix window, right? We can see the layout. All right, so first things first, we're gonna set up our record track. I like to make that look like it's about to record. And then you're gonna double click and you're going to type record.01. And we do record 2, and it will just continue. And so it names them all for you. First things first, we're gonna set up our parallel buses. Boom, we got LA2A, because, Then we're gonna set up a distressor. Boom, let's do a Fairchild. Let's get a reverb. All right, let's do a delay. It's just things that way you have them on the ready. Let's do a lead out. So that's gonna be there. I like to have the bus, the record track stays where it's at, but I find that it's easier if it's below the bus. So that way, when you go and you're trying to cut vocals, you're not like, oh, I gotta go jump over the bus. Come on, we can't jump over a bus. You know what I mean? It's physically impossible. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. For your lead tracks, I believe lead vocals should always be yellow. Let's go ahead and rename lead 1, lead 2, and we can call this ad-libs. And ad-libs are orange. Why? I don't know. They just are. Let's see. Let's take these 4. We'll make those BGBs. And then, honestly, I don't know what color these should be. Ooh, let's do purple. Nice. Love that. All right, these will be extra vocals, because you never know what you might need. But always have 2, just in case. Just have them ready. As an engineer, you have to be ready. Take a drink of coffee. And if you do all this setup before you do a session, then it saves you a lot of headache later, because come on, man, time is money. Nobody wants to sit around waiting for the engineer to get the tracks together. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta make a new track. That was me 10 years ago. Oh my God, I was so bad at Pro Tools. Oh man, how times have changed. We're gonna do BGV2. I'm not gonna go rename all of these, but I'm gonna set the pans. Some people might do 145 left, 145 right, 100 left, 100 right. Then, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, what do I care? It's your song. Boom, boom. And this can always be adjusted later. This is not a hard and fast rule where it's oh my God, you have to keep that the whole time you're tracking. Hit lead out, command click BGVs, shift option, new track. We're going to create an all vocals bus. Now that's going to give us a little more control over stuff. Just to differentiate this a bit, let's make this a different color. I don't like that. That's really ugly. Yeah, those will be a slightly darker green. Next thing, you can set your LA2A up. The way I set these up, but I've heard Michael Brower talk about it, so take a drink of coffee. So Michael Brower has the Brower compression technique. This is not exactly word for word how he does it. I do not know exactly how Michael Brower sets up his compressors. This is my interpretation of how he does it. What he does is he sends a copy of the dry vocal to the outboard gear, which then returns on the board on different channels. Then what he can do is to achieve his vocal sound, he blends the different compressors because each has a different tonal character. They all have this beautiful thing to them, right? So that's why we use different ones. We like what they do. We're not gonna set this right now because there's no audio to like even see what we're doing. I'm just gonna show you how I set it up. Let's get a distressor. I really like a distressor on vocals. I was working at Pulse and they had a distressor. That was the first time I ever used a distressor on vocals. And oh man, it was amazing. All right, now let's set up our Fairchild. Let's do the 660. Let Pro Tools take its little sweet time. And then we're gonna set up a reverb. We're just gonna use any reverb. You can plug and play the one you like. Let's do Magma Springs. I actually really like this plugin. This is a Waves plugin and it's fire. Like this California spring, bruh, with that drive, good stuff. All right, we'll throw nothing fancy, you know what I'm saying? We'll just get you something to get going. Mod Delay 3. I remember when it was Mod Delay 1. I remember when Pro Tools was DigiDesign. Typically on vocals, especially delays, you're gonna wanna EQ it, right? You wanna do that telephone delay. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. So we can just set up a quick little filter, nothing fancy. Maybe go down to, yeah, that's fine. That can, because it'll all be adjusted. This is just so you have it at the ready. Command S, don't forget. This is essentially the template. Like, oh, wait, I'm missing something. Okay, lead vocals, going to the lead out. Whoa-bah. And then ad-libs, also lead out. Whoa-bah. Here's where the magic comes in with that whole Michael Brower compression technique thing, right? So I went on that tangent and then didn't even explain how to do it. Okay, most people, when they send to an aux, they go and they use this thing called the send. We're not doing that, okay? We're going to mult the output of the track to the compressor. That means that whatever we put on this track, plugin-wise, is not gonna affect the signal that we send to the compressors. So how do we do that? I'm so glad you asked. We're going to go to our lead out, hold control, boom. This is on a Mac, by the way. And if you click the output, okay, I want you to notice something. This is going to all vocals aux. But we also want it to go to LA2A. Look at that check mark. And our 660. Whoa-bah. So now what we've done is we've multed the output. We can do whatever we want on the track, and it's not gonna change what goes to the compressor. Now, you'll know you did this correctly when there's a plus sign, because what that's telling you, and actually just by hovering over it, shows you where it's going. It's going to the all vocals, which is going to the main out, and it's also going to the 660 and the LA2A. That's pretty much it. And then you will record on your record track, and then you'll just drag it down. So let's see if I do this, check, yeah, so then it will, let's say I'm recording some vocals and whoa. All right, cool. So then we're gonna hit Command 4, get the hand tool, drag that down, all set up. This is a recording template. We'll go to File. We'll go to Save as a Template. Now, install template in system. Yes. Where do we want to put it? We can add a category or we can put it in Getting Started. Let's just put it in Getting Started. So I'm going to rename this to Recording Setup. I don't know. And you'll have that and you can put it somewhere else if you want. So we're going to hit OK. Now, when we go to New and we go to Create from Template, Getting Started, recording setup, and create. And as you can see, there's our template. It's all there. So, hope you guys learned something.